I'm Jennifer Beatty-Yen, the president of the Film Lab. And the Film Lab, the Asian American Film Lab, is a 501c3 not-for-profit dedicated to the promotion and the support of racial and gender parity in entertainment media with a focus on Asian Americans. We've been around since 1998. We run events live and virtually. The live events are in New York City, and we encourage you to come to all the events, not just the Shootout. You can check out our full calendar at www.film-lab.org. Now, the 72-hour Shootout is perhaps our most well-known event, which we run in conjunction with the wonderful ACV and the Asian American International Film Festival. And in the 72-hour Shootout, filmmakers have 72 hours within which to create films based on a common theme. And the theme changes, obviously, every year. So just 3 days to write, cast, shoot, edit, score their films. This year, a note on the theme. So the theme this year is joyful resistance, and that came in the context under the umbrella of mental health. Mental health was at the suggestion of one of our Shootout judges, a returning judge, one of our favorites, Anthony Wong. Anthony suggested that we encourage the filmmakers to use their art to tackle the trauma that we have experienced, not just as individuals or even as a city or a state or even a nation, but the collective global trauma that we have all experienced these past few years, ranging from the very obvious pandemic to a war in Europe, to racial injustice, to gender inequality, to fissures in our own democracy. In taking the theme joyful resistance, this was our way of refocusing everybody, because it's very natural when you see something awful to feel negative emotions, right? To feel powerless, to feel anger, to feel fear, to feel sadness. And what we wanted to do was to take a positive emotion, joy, and attach it to reactions to these negative events, to reinvent the negative framework to create control in chaos, and to take joy from the ability, the opportunity to fight injustice, or to put it in a more constructive way, the ability or the opportunity to create justice. So I think the filmmakers did an amazing job. But before we get to them and their amazing films, I would like to introduce the fabulous, the one, the only Ariel Yonam Chung, the 72-hour Shootout coordinator of 2022.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Ariel Yudam Chung, and I am this year's Shootout coordinator. 72-hour Shootout filmmaking competition, aka the Shootout, is an annual global filmmaking competition celebrating diversity in front and behind the camera. In the next hour, you are going to see this year's theme, joyful resistance, in many forms. Many of our contestants chose to deal with urgent and complex stories that have been present, especially throughout the past few years in the US. Please be wary that some of the films contain imagery of guns, death, mental illness, and blood. However, in all these films, a form of joy exists alongside the pain. Some of the joys are cynical, some of them are ironic, some contain pets and dancing and frappuccino. So wherever you are in life, I hope you find what joy looks like to you. Congratulations to all the filmmakers for the honest work you have done. And now it's time to celebrate.